Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the very first Curblog of my favorite month of the year, December. And why is it my favorite month? Well, usually for holiday related things, but this time it's my favorite month because this is also the first Curblog I'm recording on my wonderful, beautiful, oh my god, I am so fucking happy I have this thing, Cintiq 24 HD massive Cintiq with my new computer built by the lovely and talented Joshua Tomamoto Tomar. With lots of help from other folks. Devin Mack Jr. was around earlier and was helping me cart the thing up. It just came in the mail, and oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay, so yeah, sorry for all of the weird, nonsensical Curblogs that have happened the last like half a month or whatever, but we're back to the normal ones. And I'm going to start us off with the first user-submitted one in a while. This one comes a while ago from TurboTales08. What's your opinion on the Gundam series, Curb? Well, if you've seen any of it, that is. Which, yes I have, as I'm doing this video. In addition, I also got asked this by Keith Miller for my memories on the Gundam series, because I put out a question of, hey, I'm going to record a Curblog now for tomorrow, any ideas, let me know. And so since this was recommended again, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this one. Not a massive, super dedicated fan, but I do have some quite fond memories, and took some pretty decent inspiration from a couple ones in particular. My earliest memories of Gundam were actually not fond ones because so I had been watching stuff on Toonami at the time. This was like elementary school, and Gundam Wing was airing on Toonami and Cartoon Network at the time, and I could not give a shit because I was too busy watching Dragon Ball Z, which is completely stupid because, you know, like, man, it's not like I can't watch two anime shows on Toonami at the same time. Why wouldn't I? But I was young and stupid. So yeah, I remember like waiting. I remember this on a Friday afternoon. I was expecting a new Dragon Ball Z episode. Instead, they were playing the Endless Waltz Gundam Wing movie, I believe. Maybe it's Novi, I can't remember, but they were playing Endless Waltz. And I was like, I don't care, where's Dragon Ball Z, so I can see Goku probably fighting Frieza on Namek still, or something. I think at the time that might have been what they were airing, but I can't remember. Either way. Yeah, so that was happening, and I didn't care. But I don't remember exactly how I first kind of just gave G Gundam a shot, but that was the first one that I got into. Mike Lucas, who I'm sure you all know because I've mentioned him many times on Curblogs, he was a massive G Gundam fan. I think I actually got him that as a Christmas present, like the full series, maybe. Or no, I think it was Outlaw Star, whatever. Either way, yeah, G Gundam was massive. And so maybe it might have been because of him, because I think that he was probably more into it. But I started watching it, and I was like, oh yeah, why not? And just, God, such super cheesy, fun ridiculousness. I don't know how many people love G Gundam overall, but I could not get enough of that show. I thought it was super funny, super badass, and ridiculous. It is ridiculously, it's dangerously cheesy. But I have majorly fond memories of that one. I think I might have actually mentioned this a long time ago, if I didn't, on the Cartoons Make Us Racially Sensitive Curblog from way back. How I think this might have been one of those shows that made me think of that sort of stuff, because I liked how and Gundam is great about doing this in general, that they have a very multicultural cast, even if the main character is Japanese, but I understand that because it's being made for a Japanese audience. But I loved that, and I even with Chibody Crockett of G Gundam being the most stereotypical American dreamer kind of guy ever. He was great, and and all the other folks on like the main 5 team, they were great. I distinctly, Domon Kashu's incessant screaming to Master Asia at Gyoji is just, what more could you ask for in an anime? No, it was a really fun show. I remember also being confused because I think I saw the ending of the show. And then I saw a few other episodes that I hadn't seen, so for a minute I thought, wait, did they do more? Like, was that not the end? But I was mistaken about that, of course. Yeah, I really liked the ending with, against, like, I guess, Dark Gundam or Evil God Gundam, whatever the hell it was called. And him having to save Rain and all that. And, the big tournament and everything, and all the other characters from all these different countries. Little racy, that show. Little bit racy. What do you expect from an anime? But but still fun, still really cool. Left a fun impression on me. So G Gundam was really my first
actual exposure to a Gundam series in general.
So sometime after that, I believe I was in high school by this point, Gundam Seed began airing on Toonami. I think that Toonami might have been moved to Saturday by that point. I can't remember because it's been a long time, but Toonami had been moving around, and obviously eventually Toonami was taken down entirely. But I think also this might have been, going back to Mike Lucas again, I think this might have been a time when maybe Mike Lucas was in the process of moving back to Long Island he had been in Jersey for a couple of years. This is around the dawn of Tome, as a matter of fact. And my friend Colin, who Nightlock from Tome is originally based on, was watching what was eventually Gundam Seed on Toonami. So me and Kerber for Alpha and Nightlock, the original bases for those characters in Tome, were all watching Gundam Seed. So we were all kind of into that show at the time. I think I actually had a stupid Gundam Seed reference somewhere in the original TTA years ago. I think it's something about the theme song or whatever. So when I think Mike Lucas was staying over my house, if I'm remembering correctly, and we were watching the first episode of Gundam Seed, not G Gundam, and we stuck with it for a little while. And at first we were like, "What the hell is ever going on in the show?" It was really slow paced in the beginning, and we didn't know what was happening. And it was like, okay, we didn't really get the whole sort of concept of it. But it wasn't enough. For some reason, it left a lasting impact on me, and I remembered it. So I would keep watching it, still kind of not entirely understanding what the hell was going on. But I think if I had to guess, I think the reason I followed it is because some of the soap opera-y shit that was happening in Gundam Seed at the time was kind of keeping me intrigued. It's funny too because I just recently, not too recently, but when I moved to California, I met up with Trevor Duvall, who. The captain of Voice Print with Trevor Duvall and guest, of course, and he was Mulaflaga on Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny, and I forget I was talking to him about Gundam Seed, and he was like, "Oh, that show is so soap opera-y," and I'm like, "I know, I think that's why I liked it so much because I didn't grow up with soaps as a kid. I mean, why would I have? They're not meant for children, as far as I know." But I think I remember the episode where Flay was like, what is it? Oh, they're in the desert or something, and Cy Argyle is coming up to Flay Ulster, and he's like, what is it? Because he like had a thing for her, and she's like, yeah, well, I slept with Kira last night, and I'm like, go on. And so some of that, like, which is funny because sometimes I rip on people for the like those who look at shows and all they're thinking about is like shipping or whatever. I kind of rip on people who do that, but I think. I don't know if it was so much that was intriguing me. Sometimes I like shippy kind of romantic stuff in shows, mostly in my animus. So that kind of kept me intrigued. But so I got through the show, and then eventually, I just on a whim, I was like, I'm gonna buy it, and I bought a whole series on DVD, and then I also bought Gundam Seed Destiny on DVD because that didn't air, and I was like, I want more. I need another fix of Gundam Seed, and I was mostly disappointed, but whatever. Gundam Seed, the original series. I bought it eventually. I bought the whole series on DVD, and I like. I remember the DVDs came with little booklets that had like information on what all the terminology was, and like because there were like coordinators and the plants and Zaft and the Earth forces and this and that, and it's like, oh, now I get what the fuck is going on in the show in terms of the actual plot. And in addition to that, I really liked the Gundams themselves in that show. I mean, the ones in G Gundam were really cool too. Of course, the kind of more exaggerated themes. The ones in Seed were a little more serious, like kind of less goofy, cartoony. They just had like some interesting kind of weapons. Diarcas with the big bazooka buster cannons and all that shit. And I think was it the Aegis? No, the one that Nickel had that was like the stealth one. And of course, Freedom and all the usual ones. I just remember them being really cool and liking a lot of those. Never had any toys of them, as you might be surprised to hear. They were cool. I really liked the Zaft team, Atherin's little posse of dudes that were like trying to kill Kira and all the Earth forces and everything. Those were some of my favorite guys, particularly Diarca. He was neat. Brad Swale's quite badass performance on him. And Atherin was cool, and him and Kigali, their whole little thing, their little arc throughout the show was really neat. I was sad to find out later that apparently Gundam Seed is not very highly revealed by most Gundam fans because
it is apparently just a sort of rehashed Mobile Suit Gundam, the first series, with prettier character designs.
So I can see the aggravation with that. It's funny because when Mac was over earlier today, he saw that I had this copy. I think Edwin talked about it on the Curb blog I did with him recently, where Edwin bought me a copy of the Lord Slug Dragon Ball Z movie in I think the Malaysian dub or something like that, and I was telling him, yeah, that movie's pretty bad because it's literally just the evil Demon King Piccolo arc from original Dragon Ball redone as a shitty movie. It's like the same kind of basic plot. So from that perspective, for people who were big fans of the original Mobile Suit Gundam, I can get why Seed is just kind of a watered down version of that. I totally get that. I have been interested to see Mobile Suit Gundam. It and Gundam Wing and Gundam 00, I think. Oh, and Unicorn. It's one of many I've been interested in seeing, but haven't gotten around to watching yet. I will say I do get that aggravation, and I share it mainly in my kind of joke about Gundam Seed's visuals were that the character designs were, if you were not important, you looked ugly, but if you were an important character of any kind, they all had almost the exact same face. It was very much a same face anime, with the exception of Mulaflaga and Andrew Waltfeld, the Desert Tiger guy, he was badass. Other than those guys, even the guys and girls both had the same face syndrome going on because everybody was just beautiful with those, bright eyes. And I remember I think one of the same animation studios did Scride, which was on Toonami as well, and I was like, this looks like Gundam Seed. But so that was kind of amusing to me. But anyway, but I really dug Gundam Seed. I was really big into it for a long time. And transferred over. I eventually watched Gundam Seed Destiny. Didn't really like it that much, honestly, but it was fine, whatever. And then the last one that I have memories of is SD Gundam. Yuri Lowenthal's first show, I believe. Mike Lucas and I watched it. We used to joke a lot about that one. It was very quotable. It was very cute and fun and ridiculous. Not a great show by any stretch of the imagination. But I did really like it, and it was fun to just kind of come home and have on in the background while watching stuff or whatever. I think I heard that it was supposed to go on further. I don't know if it ever actually did, or if we got all of it or whatever. But it was fun to just kind of follow for a little while. I liked the Gundam characters in that, the actual robot Gundams. They were kind of fun. But yeah, not a particularly masterpieceful series. That's a new word, masterpieceful. That's a Gundam, masterpieceful Gundam. Good. Anyway, I guess that's kind of all that I can think of. I do want to see the original Mobile Suit Gundam and Gundam Wing and 00 maybe and Unicorn. I know there's Zeta and some of the other more obscure ones. I don't know if I'm super interested in those, to be honest, but I am curious to you all. Tell me in the comments below, what are some of your favorite Gundam shows? Did you watch Gundam on Toonami? Did you ever see it much at all? Or are you a hardcore fan? Have you seen multiple Gundam series? Do you have a particular favorite? Do you have any ones that you really don't like? And tell me why. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. It's such a franchise with major longevity that I'm curious as to people's thoughts on this one. So leave a comment about that in the section below, and if you have ideas for future Curblog topics, please let me know in the comments below, or you can hit me up on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, whatever you feel like. And that'll do it. Welcome to December. I'm still working on Tome episode 13 and trying to get shit done, but I'll be kind of back into the long haul and getting stuff done again very soon. So hope you look forward to that. And that's about it. I will catch you all later. Bye bye.